get PMs. I get PMs every day for all different stuff. I get PMs. I've been getting a PM about this probably forever. I just never got around to doing it because I thought it would be boring, but it might not be boring. A lot of guys like tools. And I got a PM and some guy said, you know, Pete, you showed your gun toolbox a lot, but you really never really got into detail with it and showed what's in each drawer and how you keep it organized and what tools you might need if you want to start working on your own guns. Well, yes, I have mentioned that before, dude. I did, but I know what you're saying. I didn't really comb through it and really show people stuff, so I can do that. I don't mind talking about tools. I love tools almost as much as I love guns. So I got this toolbox at Harbor Freight for like $65. I've showed you this before, and sorry about the floor, guys. I hate it. We're looking at houses, guys. Believe me, if we get the house I think we're gonna get, this channel's gonna be a lot better. For me anyway. It'll be less aggravating for me to make videos. Anyway, now I don't know, Harbor Freight, they sell things so reasonable because they get stuff for a certain amount of time, they don't get it anymore. There's some stuff that they get all the time, but there's certain models of stuff they get for a while, then they don't get it anymore. So I don't know if you go to Harbor Freight if you can find this. I'm sure they have something like this. Man, this is dirty over here. This is what happens when you have two dogs. That's all the dogs. That's dirt from the backyard. That's what that is. It's all over the house. I can't stand it. This is an older Guns and Ammo magazine. It has that beautiful 9mm 6 hour on there. You know, you guys, I got the bug for that one. The 9mm, I'm just waiting to see how reliable it is. My buddy George got it, and so far he's got 300 rounds through it, not one failure. That is a good sign, George. Okay, well, it's got, I don't know, 2, 4, 6, it's got 8 drawers. It's got 6 little drawers. I used the top for all my big tools. I'm kind of mimicking my welding toolbox when I was a welder. It would look like this, but it was red and it was steel, and I would put all my big stuff on the top, like my hammers. It's just all big tools in here. I wouldn't say this is organized at all. A mallet, definitely need a mallet. Pair of channel locks, definitely need a pair of channel locks. Remember I always showed you the leather strap? This thing's great for taking off, you know, stuff like extended magazine tubes on shotguns and your castle nut on your AR. You don't ever want to wrap a metal wrench around a gun part. It is the worst thing you can do. Always protect it with something. So try to use a piece of leather, piece of rubber, same thing, okay? This is my D-ring tool for my AR. I really got nowhere to put it, so I put it up. It really shouldn't be in here. It should be like hanging over here or something. I need to put it in a different spot. There's a good spot. Let's leave it there. And that's all I use the top for. And I got so much of this red Shorelock. Those are all the Glock sights I've been putting on my Glocks. Just big files, anything big. You know what I mean? Needle nose pliers. And all comes in handy for poking holes and stuff. And little adjustable wrench. Sometimes you don't have the right size wrench, and a little adjustable comes in real handy. I love adjustable wrenches. A lot of people call them crescent wrenches. I call them an adjustable wrench. Always should have one. This is a little one. Little tubing cutter. Why do I have a tubing cutter in there? I don't know. In case I have to cut something round and I want to cut it straight. I might run into that in the gun world. So there's a little pipe tubing cutter in there. Electrical tape. I always use that for use electrical tape if I don't have something like this to protect a gun part and I need to take a wrench to it. I'll wrap electrical tape around the gun part, then put the wrench on it, and the electrical tape saves my ass, saves the finish of my firearm. That's why I have electrical tape in here. Got a big crescent wrench, okay, adjustable wrench, nice real big one. And another thing that ballast is great for is you squirt it in air, and all the moving parts, It keeps it moving real nice and smooth for a long time. As a matter of fact, it's getting a little stiff. So I'll just give it a little. Ballistol's awesome for tools, man. Yep. That's it. Let that sit. It's just getting stiff, and now that thing will work like butter. It puts WD-40. What's WD-40? I don't even buy that shit anymore. Why would you buy that when you can use a great lubricant? Remember, WD-40 is not a lubricant. It's more of a grease cutter, believe it or not. I know it seems like it lubricates, but it dries up real quick. Anyway, I don't want to get on a lubrication video, but there's a big crescent wrench, or a big adjustable wrench, which I call it, and I use this for when I'm taking off my furniture on my AK-47s, and I put this part around the gas tube, which I would use electrical tape, put it around the gas tube, then I would use this wrench, and it would spin the furniture right out of there. This is really handy. A big adjustable wrench is really good to have when you have tools for firearms, when you're working on your own firearms. Of course, an assortment of screwdrivers, long skinny ones, you know, Phillips, regular slotted screwdriver, which is a square tip. This is important, a big, long, heavy screwdriver. You want to get one of these. Why? Because sometimes when you're taking stocks off of rifles and you take the butt pad off, man, that screw is all the way down in there, and it's a big screw, and this is like the perfect screwdriver for that situation. It's awesome. So get yourself one of these. This is an SK. SK makes good tools. They're not quite on the level of Snap-on and Mac, but they're like a step under. But they're just as good as Craftsman. SK is a good tool. These are a big, heavy set of wire cutters. These are great. Why do I have a big, heavy set of wire cutters? Sometimes I'll have a screw and I have to replace a screw on my grips or something, and the screw's not quite the right screw, but it's the right thread, so the screw might be too long. These have the strength to trim down screws. I can make them the right size, and they have a lot of leverage, and these are extremely good tools. This is I think these are Klein's. Nope, Thomas and Betts. Excellent electrician tools. I have Klein's too. Needle nose pliers. Everyone, you need needle nose pliers in case you drop something in the gun and it's in the receiver and you can't get to it. They're just like giant tweezers. And needle nose pliers is a beautiful thing. Of course, a combination square. I use this to check my sights on my Glock to make sure they're not cocked from left to right, the front sight. They're great for everything. I use these for when I trim my shotgun barrels down. I saw it with a hacksaw, then I put the square on it, and it helps me square up the barrel. You gotta have a combination square. This isn't a good one. You know, combination squares can go up to like $400. I mean, you don't need one like that, like a machinist, but at least get a Craftsman. You know what I mean? At least go Craftsman. They're square. These are electrician screwdrivers, but like I don't do that stuff anymore. I'm not a contractor, so I just keep these in here. Nice rubber handled screwdrivers. They're Craftsman. You get a good grip on them, and they're just regular. This is your average size screwdriver right here. And then I got another one just like it, but just a little smaller. Very fine files. This is something really important. If you guys can get some files, very fine. These are really fine. I mean, I could do my nails with these. That's how fine they are. Because when you're working on high-end guns and you need to do something, and you need to just change something very minutely, you need a nice fine file. Or this is great for finishing. You use a rough file to get the shit down to where you want it. Then you use a fine file to finish it. Then you have to use the fine file, use sandpaper, and you know, it's like professional looking. Gotta have a little fine files. They have little files at Harbor Freight, but they're not real fine like this. I don't know where you get these. Try Sears, I guess. They were my father's. Got a Half Moon heavy file. This thing's on its way out. This side's worn out. This side's good. The rounded side is good, so I'll keep it, but the flat side is horrible. It's all flattened out. 1911 wrench. It's a cheap one. It's not even a good one. It's a Para Ordnance. It's thin. These are just all-in-one tool, just to have in case I'm, I don't know, scratching my balls and I need something real quick. Okay. Husky tape measure. This is a perfect size tape measure. It's a 12-footer. It's by 3/4 inches wide, and it's real easy to read. These are really nice, these little Huskies. They had them at Home Depot, and very, very nice. I use these all the time. You know, most of it's common sense. These are a bunch of pins and metals and pins friends gave me through YouTube. I don't know why they're in there. Put them there. Of course, a punch set. I got a steel punch set, and they have a brass punch set. You need both, okay? And if you can find a nylon punch set, more power to you. Good luck, because I have a hard time finding it. Why do I have Teflon in my... Why do I have Teflon? Actually, this is for gas line Teflon. Because it comes in handy. It really does. I used it for protecting parts again that I don't want to, you know, if I want to protect a part on a rifle that I'm taking off and I don't want glue on it or to get sticky, I'll wrap it in Teflon. It just gives me another option, you know. More electrical tape. Okay, Eric might need these. These are micro needle nose pliers. Okay, Eric, I'm going to send you some of these, and I'll coat the ends with rubber so they're sensitive, so you can go pee-pee in the morning. Pee-pee. Hi. I was built for Eric, so he can go pee-pee in the morning. Eric. Now, these are micro needle nose pliers. Very awesome when you're working on guns with small parts. Okay. A little level, you know, they're just great to have. And that's what's in here. And that's that. I'm not going to go through, you know, there's just junk in there too. Now my first top drawer is, anytime I work on a 1911 or a Glock and I take old parts off, that's what this drawer is all about. This is all old gun parts. Here's some nylon punches. They're big, but you can make them, you can put them on a sander or make them small and make them use them for small nylon punches. So, George, I know you were looking for a nylon punch. I'd like to give you one. I have like 4 of them or 5 of them. I got a whole bunch of them. You know, magazine parts. It's just all gun parts. Nothing really good in here though. A lot of this Sherlock, Loctite. This is the original recoil spring guide rod to my SIG, because I replaced it with a stainless steel one. And this is a steel recoil spring for a Glock, I don't know, I'd say a Glock 19 or something. I never used that one because it's very noisy. I don't know if it's any good, but someone sent it to me and I just don't use it because it's very noisy. Here's a sight. Remember we tried that sight for the Glock? They work nice, they're real easy to put on, just not using it right now. These are like $100 a piece. Actually, I should have these protected. And I'm being an asswipe. There's a little tools. It's just all little stuff. Anything small in here that I think I might lose, I keep in here. Here's a deburring tool for reloading. Pretty cool. I'm going to start reloading, not right now. I just did not in this house. When I get another house, that's probably when I'm going to start doing it. And when I do it, it's going to be large calibers, like 45 long call. I would love to reload that because that shit is expensive. That's what that first drawer is. Now the second drawer is all my Dremel stuff for my Dremel parts and drill bits. I got all my different size sandpaper, all different grade sandpaper. Now I have a nice little fine file in there, which should be in there too. I'll organize as I'm doing my video. These are just drill bits that I might need. Little scouring pads for the Dremel. You know, that's like a Scotch-Brite pad. Of course, these buffing wheels. This is what makes the magic happen. Perfect buffing wheel for a feed ramp right there. See that bullet-shaped buffing wheel? It's like it's made for a feed ramp. That's what you want to do. Okay, they're great for that. Sharpening stones, steel wheel cutters, all kinds of. Here's some rouge for shining up steel, buffing up steel, all kinds of shit in here. Little tiny drill bits. That's what that drawer is, okay? I'm like semi-organized. I'm not real organized, guys. And this drawer here is just bullshit. I got some J&B Weld. This stuff's amazing. When you mix this together, it gets hard as a rock, then you can shape it, make it anything you want out of it. J&B Weld is really good stuff. Always have that just in case I'm feeling extra talented, which ain't often. Here's a choke wrench for a shotgun. None of my shotguns have choke tubes in them, so, but you never know, someday I might get one. This is just junk. There's nothing in here. So we need to utilize that drawer and make it something important. Over here I have, these are all my cleaning brushes. See, that's kind of organized there. Cleaning brushes for shotguns, mops, steel cleaning brushes, all different sizes, all different styles, all different types. And one fell on the floor. That's what that drawer is. And this second drawer is more bullshit. I just have different calibers of different rounds when I'm demonstrating. Like if I want to show someone what a 7.62 looks up against a 223, or if I want to show somebody a 223 casing is definitely a little bit different than a 5.56, because 5.56 are under more pressure, and when people challenge you, this is how you prove it to them, because they always try to make you sound like you're an idiot, you don't know what you're talking about. This drawer is for making people shut up and shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. That's some of it. Snap caps for a 22. Some cool dude sent me in, and just bullshit in here. That's all. Oh, a Glock pin. Okay. Another coin someone sent me. This is the original cap to the Remington 700, but we put the extended magazine tube on it, so we don't really need this. But I'm going to hold on to it. That's a nice. I'll tell you, if you work in a machine shop and you look at stuff, you can tell that is so nicely made. It's almost a shame that it ain't on there. Okay, that's what that drawer is. These drawers don't have bearings in them. They're just wood slats grooved with the wood side. So if you put them in crooked, you got to push them from the center, or they won't go in. They're kind of hard to work. Probably got frog glued in, huh? Next drawer, this is a real cool drawer, man. Just a bunch of fucking pens and pencils. That's what I put in here, and my soapstone. When I'm working with metal, I like to use soapstone because it erases right off the metal. You make your marks with it. It's just a pen and pencil drawer. That's all it is. That's a stupid drawer. There's only got two stupid drawers so far. This drawer here is like a junk drawer, but it's for when I'm cleaning my guns. I have all my cleaning stuff in here. This is like a little bit of everything. There's tools, cleaning rods, bore snakes, lubrication, grease, all kinds of different kinds of toothbrushes and gun brushes, and it's just everything. All kinds of grease, gun slick, and I got some nylon punches in here from my AR-15. All kinds of Glock cleaning brushes, which I like the plastic because it don't hurt the barrel, and that should not be in there. That's all this is. Shotgun cleaning rods, everything, all that stuff. It's just a junk drawer, but it has a little bit of everything in it, so I don't have to go nuts. And probably the hardest drawer to put in. Okay. And the last drawer here, it's nothing. It's just all my cleaning patches. I got cleaning hoppy patches, and I got my Q-tips, the long wood Q-tips, and the bamboo sticks I use for cleaning all the pistols and everything. And that's really it, man. I mean, that's as sterile as I can get for you. You know what I'm saying? Do you need all this stuff? Well, if you want to work on your guns and you want to do a good job and you don't want to run into a lot of problems, you need a lot of tools. If you have the right tool, it makes the job 10 times easier. Most of the trick is knowing and having the right tool. You know, it's, as far as talent goes, I don't know. I don't think it takes much talent as far as being artistic or anything like that. Sometimes it does when you're filing and shaping, but having the right tools and knowing what to do, you're home free. Guns are pretty easy to work on as far as I go with them. I mean, you can go a whole other dimension, which I am nowhere near no gunsmith or nothing. I don't use a lathe and all that shit. I don't know how to do that stuff. But handyman, gun, tree shade, gunsmithing. This is what you need, man. You just get these tools in here and you're good to go. Good to go. It's all good. And you've seen all the videos. We got over 700 videos, and there's a lot of videos where we're putting accessories and modifying guns and doing all kinds of stuff, and it's because of this is the reason why I can do it. And that's not any amount of a lot of money at all, what you're seeing there. Another thing you definitely want to get, definitely, you got to get yourself a Dremel. Get a Dremel and make sure it's a Dremel. We used to use these in the machine shop all the time, and we would try to go to other brands, and they couldn't handle our usage. The motors would just burn out, and the ones that handled them is the Dremel. Factory actually called Dremel, so that's the one you want to get. I've tried the ones at Black & Decker. I've tried, you know, similar ones made by other companies, and they just don't last as long. Okay, just like 4-inch grinders. You know, if you guys are familiar with grinders, you know Metabo is probably the best grinder you can buy, and that's all we ever use was Metabos, because they have really good brushes in them, good metals, good motors in them. They last a long time. So that's it, man. I hope this satisfied you with the toolbox. I also got some tools hanging up, but you don't need to see them. They're for site tools and stuff like that. And I've been carrying my Spartan, cold steel Spartan, and I used to have a hard time opening it, but it's all broken in now. It works a lot better. And just lubricated the joints, and it works great. It's a nice, you know what, this knife is big, I'll tell you, but it's easy to carry because it's very compact, and it's very solid. I like this knife, man. It's got the polymer frame, but it has a steel skeleton inside it. So you guys want a big knife to carry, want something that's tough. I'm not a knife guy, but I will tell you this Spartan from Cold Steel, pretty friggin' sweet. Alright guys, that's it. Hope you liked the toolbox video. I don't know how good a toolbox video is going to interest you, but that's what's up. See you guys soon.